The human way of living was unusual to the aliens, but who would have thought that the human fishing culture would spark a major galactic war? The sky above Japan was flawlessly blue that day, not a hint of a cloud in the sky. The atmosphere in the island nation was filled with anticipation. For a long time, humans looked up to the stars and wondered if alien life exists. Now, not only had they received an answer, but Earth stood on the brink of joining the intergalactic society that spanned galaxies. Japan was especially chosen to host the Planetary Union delegation, an organization made of several civilizations that united most of the outer worlds. This meeting would decide Earth's future in the cosmos. The welcoming committee was led by Dr. Haruki Sato. He stood nervously as the astonishing sight of alien spaceships approaching froze him in place. Sato is a calm, intelligent man. He was carefully selected to be the cultural ambassador that would introduce the alien delegation to Earth's traditions and customs. His plan was to showcase one of humanity's and Japan's oldest practices, fishing. The alien delegation consisted of leaders from the 9 major planets of the Union, each of them a superpower in the cosmos, ruling over many sectors of the galaxies. As the final step in the long diplomatic process of Earth joining the intergalactic society, the humans needed one of those 9 civilizations to sponsor the Earth, meaning that said member would take Earth under its wing and provide technology, resources, alliance and guidance for Earth to be able to integrate into the society. President Elizabeth Warren stood next to Sato. She looked anxious yet determined. The responsibility of leading Earth in its most crucial moment in its history weighed heavily on her shoulders. If all goes well, Earth would have their place in the cosmos. If not, she couldn't even bear to think of the consequences. "Doctor," President Warren said softly, "are we ready?" Sato gave a firm nod. "Everything is in place, Madam President. The presentation will show the best of what we have to offer. Hopefully it will be enough." The ship smoothly landed on the prepared strip of land on the Japanese coast. The doors slid open and the delegates emerged from their vessels. Their appearances were as strange as expected, each delegate clearly from a different world. There was Virek of Zorithar. He was tall and had unusual silver skin, and beside him came Kala, a sleek and graceful princess from Uxor. The rest of the delegation stepped out from their ships, each representing new worlds of possibilities to the human race. As the aliens approached, President Warren stepped forward to shake their hand. The greeting was previously explained in early communications. Virek was the first to take her hand. He gave her a curious look and started talking with his deep, striking voice. "We thank you for your hospitality, President. The Planetary Union has been pleased with the discovery of your planet." Dr. Sato bowed in greeting. "We are delighted to have you here on Earth. It'll be an honor to show you around and introduce you to one of our integral practices, fishing. Our relationship with the oceans and rivers has sustained us for millennia. We're glad to share this with you." The aliens exchanged curious looks. Kala asked with her soft, angelic voice, "Fishing? What is this practice?" Warren smiled at the beautiful princess. "You'll find out soon enough. But first, let us show you the oceans of Earth." Sato and Warren led the aliens to an observation deck overlooking the ocean. The delegation looked in awe as the blue water spread before them as far as they could see. Virek raised one of his silver brows. "So much of this resource. Your planet must rely on it heavily." Sato nodded in agreement. "It's not just water," Sato explained. "It's also what lives in it. Over the centuries, we have cultivated a relationship with marine life, and this relationship sustains entire economies and cultures. Let us demonstrate how we harvest the goods of the ocean, and after, we hope you'll enjoy a meal of Earth's finest cuisine." Sato pointed to the waiting fishing vessels just offshore. "Now, if you follow me, we'll show you how we fish." The boats set sail into the ocean with the delegation aboard, the aliens' curiosity growing by the minute. Flying drones followed the boats, recording and broadcasting every moment to the alien homeworlds. The first net came up, filled to the brim with shining fish flopping around. The aliens watched in silence as Sato explained the difference in species, fishing methods, population-sustaining practices, and the cultural importance of fish to coastal communities. Kala tilted her head in confusion. "Your people eat these beings? They are alive?" Dr. Sato answered carefully. "Yes, but we have long practiced respect for the ecosystems we rely on. Fishing is both a means of survival and a tradition for us." Virik followed up eagerly, his eyes set on the fish. "And what of their taste? Surely you must value these creatures for more than just tradition and sustenance." President Warren smiled. "We invite you to judge for yourselves. Tonight you will experience the finest culinary traditions Earth has to offer." As the demonstration continued, Sato and Warren could feel the aliens' growing interest. But the real challenge was yet to come. Will the aliens like sushi? For now, Earth's fate hung in the balance, wrapped in the shiny skin of a fish. The dinner hall was quiet as the Union delegation was served with their plates. Beautiful and delicious-looking sushi pieces were set out. Bright red tuna, shiny pink salmon, and delicate rice rolls. The chefs, prideful and nervous, stood nearby in anticipation, hoping to see a favorable reaction. The aliens were quite hesitant. Imagine trying food that you've never seen or heard of before. As always, Virik was the first to act. He struggled a bit with the chopsticks, but was eventually successful in lifting a piece of tuna nigiri to his mouth. Everyone watched in anticipation as he took his first bite. He was dead silent. His eyes widened and his entire body shivered. "This is incredible," he said, his voice full of wonder. "I've never tasted anything like this." The others looked at each other in surprise. Carla was encouraged by the reaction and went for it. She picked a piece of shiny salmon nigiri and slowly ate it. Her calm face lit up with shock. "There is something special in this food. I can feel it," she said eagerly. Her skin seemed to glow and she sat up straighter, suddenly full of energy. One by one, the other leaders followed suit and ate. After the first bite, they simply couldn't help themselves. They ate more and couldn't have enough. Their bodies straightened as if they were filled with some invisible force. They looked healthier, more alive. They looked like they were presented with a gift they never knew they needed. Virik spoke again, his voice full of excitement. "This isn't just food, there's power in this fish. I feel stronger than I have in years." Nalx, a floating alien, spoke in a surprised tone. "My old injuries? They don't hurt anymore. This fish has healed me." The atmosphere started to shift. The leaders, who were quite just moments ago, started to look at each other with aggressive stares. Virik suddenly leaned towards President Warren, locking eyes with her. "Earth must give Zorithar exclusive rights to this resource. We'll provide your planet with all the technology and ships it needs. Just let us control the fish." Before Warren could respond, Kala slammed her hand on the table. "No, Uxor will offer triple that. We'll give you whatever you want. Just give us the fish." President Warren was shook. Nothing could have prepared her for such an outcome. She raised her hands, trying to calm them. "Please calm down. This wasn't the intention. We want to share this with all of you, not create conflict." But her pleas were falling on deaf ears. Everyone was fixated on the fish, desperate to have it for their own planets. The peaceful dinner quickly turned into a heated argument, with each leader shouting offers at the humans. The situation escalated so fast that the meeting had to be ended right then and there. The delegates rushed back to their spaceships. They tasted more than food. They tasted something that could change everything. And their greed took over. The seeds of chaos had been planted, leaving the humans wondering, what did we get ourselves into? The frenzied aliens left Earth, disappearing in seconds. Each leader returned to their home planet, ready to strategize on how to secure the precious resource. The friendly, diplomatic visit had turned into a race of control. In the following days, all peaceful talks between the Union members broke down completely. The leaders of Zorithar, Uxor, and the other planets ceased all communications. Earth's diplomatic channels were flooded with demands, threats, and offers, all trying to claim the fish, and no one wanted to share. Within a week, tensions had reached a critical point. Fleets of alien warships were mobilized across the galaxy. Skirmishes started to spread, and the leaders who had once shared a meal on Earth were now in full-out war. The galaxy was thrown into chaos, battles erupting over the chance to control the Earth's oceans. Humans could only watch helplessly as massive battles played out just beyond their atmosphere. Warships clashed in space, and entire fleets were obliterated as the war raged on. Earth, the once quiet and unnoticed planet, was now at the epicenter of a galactic war. Humans were terrified at the notion of being invaded by the warring aliens. General Harkin Daniels stood beside President Warren as they watched the chaos unfold on the military screens. His voice was grim. "We are sitting ducks. If they decide to come for us, we can't hold them off." President Warren shook her head, her face filled with disbelief. "We didn't ask for this. We just wanted to secure our place. Now we've sparked a war. The galaxy was at war and Earth was caught in the middle. Maybe we should have shown them agriculture instead." Sato finally regained his composure to face the crisis. "What if, instead of fighting, we give them what they want, but on our terms? Earth can become the galaxy's primary supplier of fish. We'll need to transform our entire planet into a giant fish farm. From now on, humans will mainly focus on cultivating our fish resources. We invest all our technology and effort into this. We know how to fish, cultivate, and manage the oceans. The aliens don't. We offer them a steady supply, and in return, they leave us in peace." The room went silent as the leaders processed the idea. It was risky, but the more they thought about it, the more it seemed like the only way forward. President Warren nodded slowly, her mind made up. Earth called for an emergency session in the Planetary Union. The representatives from the warring civilizations were gathered together once more. The tensions were high as Earth presented their proposal. President Warren started. "We can guarantee all the members here with an equal, steady supply of fish. We have a plan. Using the resources and support that you will provide, we can increase the fish production by focusing all of our efforts into the cultivation." The alien leaders exchanged suspicious glances. Nalx, floating at the head of the table, asked coldly, "But what stops us from simply taking it by force?" Dr. Sato stepped forward, his voice calm but confident. "You may invade, but you'll never know how to cultivate the resource. You need us. Without our knowledge, the fish will die, and your war will be for nothing." The room fell silent. The alien leaders knew he was right. Earth had the knowledge, and they didn't. A deal was struck. After days of negotiation, peace was finally reached. The transformation of Earth was quick. Fishing towns and cities expanded into massive intergalactic fish farms. Advanced aquaculture technologies were developed to increase efficiency. The oceans that once only provided for humans now provide for the entire galaxy. Within a few years, Earth had a new status. It was designated a special grade planet within the intergalactic society. It became the wealthiest and most protected planet in existence. But with this newfound wealth came a cost. The Earth used to thrive on diversity in culture and industry, but now it was centered around one single thing. Humans may have now become servants to the industry, but they avoided annihilation. And that, I'd say, is worth the price.